Right, so if you want to make that line even more bendy, I suppose you can. Make sure it kind of makes sense on the background picture you have. You wouldn't want it floating off into the air. Alright, so let's do our bird next. So click on the bird layer, frame number 1, and click and drag bird somewhere. Way too big. So I can shrink that down. Now, you don't really want your animals moving the same way across. So if you want to, I'm going to have my bird flying the other way, so I'm going to just twist it like that with my free transform tool. So we can start up here. And again, to do the motion tween, right click on frame number 1 of bird layer, create motion tween. Make sure you're on the black arrow and click and drag where you want your bird to be at the end. Let's say almost off. So I can kind of bend the line that appears. This one's orange. Have a bit of swooping movement. And again, if I want this to be at the end at 60, so I'll drag that up to 60 with the other ones. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So for our wombat, click on frame 1 of wombat layer. You're on your black arrow hopefully, and click and drag your wombat. So again, much too big. My wombat in the background there. So I'm going to start off the side and right click on frame 1 of wombat layer, create motion tween, got my black arrow, I'm going to move my wombat to here. But again, moving that to 60, so it's going to be very slow, but wombats are slow. So let's see what that looks like. Put it back on 1. Press play. That's pretty good. I'm going to, for my wombat layer, move that line around so it's not so straight. So I'm looking at like the lay of the land, how it kind of curves. So if we grab the playhead, we can kind of see where he's walking. Yeah, he kind of ends up in a weird spot, so I'm going to move that. That's probably better. And maybe we'll start a bit higher. Let's try that now. Yeah, let's press play. Pretty good. If I wanted more birds, I could do that too. I'd put another layer and I could call that bird 2. And I'd click on my bird symbol. Maybe this bird's in the distance a bit more. Right click on frame number 1, create motion tween, black arrow, move it where I want. The problem is it's going to cross in front of that tree, but if it was in the distance, it would be behind the tree. But I'm not going to get into that right now. So you want to be on the, once you put your motion tween on, you want to be at the end, and that's where you want to decide where your bird's going to be. So you can see the motion tween line. So let's go back to 1 and press play. Pretty good. So you can have other symbols if you want to make them, or put more birds in, or even more snakes in. Don't make it too crowded, and see what you can do.